easiest way to make money was to cut salaries. And so when they cut salaries, they didn't cut one or two salaries, they cut thousands of salaries at a time by laying people off.
It really helped time for me. Like I knew what I wanted, I knew how I wanted it done. I didn't know the steps in doing it up until that point.
Hi, I'm Damon with Damon Buys Houses, and with me today I have
Jay Garland, the acquisition manager with Damon Buys Houses.
So we're doing this video to talk about how we got started and what got started. And so I've been in real estate for 23 years and worked with many investors over that time frame and watched a lot of investors and helped a lot of investors make a really good income for their family and themselves. And Jay moved to Virginia in 2008. You were a district manager for Verizon when I met you. Made good money.
Yeah, decent
money, but you were constantly waiting for the axe to fall.
So just a little background. So that was my 7th move in 9 years. It got old fast. And yes, shortly after moving here, Verizon started with layoffs. And prior to that, I had never experienced layoffs. And I was with Verizon for 23 years. I've been doing real estate for half of, almost 10 years now. So yeah, it was very different for me.
Well, you got into real estate because they were doing the layoffs and you never knew when it was going to be your time. And it's kind of like a lot of corporations. Verizon was looking at where they could make the most money, and there was saturation in the market selling phones. And so the easiest way to make money was to cut salaries. And so when they cut salaries, they didn't cut one or two salaries, they cut thousands of salaries at a time by laying people off. And it's like every year, every other year, Jay would come to me. He's like, hey, they're doing layoffs next month. I'm like, is it going to be you? Probably. And you made it through like 5 of them.
I've made it through, yeah, right.
And then they got you because they did away with all of you at the same time. And it's kind of hard to escape that when it happened. But we'd already started doing the Damon Buys Houses because the handwriting was on the wall.
Yes.
I mean, you knew it was coming to an end. The handwriting was on the wall. We'd actually talked, and if they offered you a good enough buyout, you were going to leave anyways because the handwriting was on the wall. And you and I had been working with other investors, helping other investors make good buying decisions for probably 4 or 5 years before you and I ever started doing it ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, just to reiterate out for you, yeah, it was a long time coming. And then when it finally did, we already had feet on the ground, I guess you could say, because we've been doing it for a handful of investors for a while. We wish we had started this many years prior, but it was a great learning experience.
It was. We had actual hands-on experience helping other investors. And I will say this, a lot of them bought bad houses, but we knew they were bad houses. None of them ever made a bad buying decision on a house.
Always a good investment.
Yeah, always a good investment. Everybody always got a return on their investment. Nobody ever bought a house that they lost money on. We haven't either. And that's a credit to you. It's a credit to the systems. It's a credit to the checks and balances we put in place. So I know they're thankful for that. I know we're thankful for that. And it also gave us the confidence to know that we knew what we were doing and we knew how to do it. We just needed to rip the Band-Aid off and do it ourselves.
Yeah, right side.
So fast forward, we decided to do it. Well, you left for a time period. You moved to Raleigh with Verizon. Went to Raleigh with Verizon, came back, bought a new house. Like how we met, you bought a flip.
I tortured you.
You did.
Tortured you for 48 hours.
It was uncalled for, but yeah.
It was, again, Verizon moved me to Roanoke. I had to find a house in 48 hours. So we saw 36 houses in 24 hours, which I think is probably still a record.
It is. Never to be repeated by me.
But I mean, that was a learning experience in itself. And I mean, the negotiation went really well.
Mm-hmm. Expert negotiator.
But I mean, it worked out well. It kind of set the tone for our relationship right from the get.
Well, you bought the house, which was a flip, and it was in good shape. Mm-hmm. And we promptly destroyed it and built it how you wanted it to be built.
I had 3 walls removed within 48 hours of buying, of moving in.
Yep. And then when you moved back to Roanoke, we actually looked for a house to do that too. So instead, you bought a flip house the first time, which was A condition, and then demoed it, made it how you want it to be. When you came to Roanoke, we looked for a house that was in distress.
Yes.
And found a house in distress and did the exact same thing, but on a larger scale. Basically demoed the house, ripped out the walls, opened the floor plan, moved walls, moved bathrooms, created bathrooms, built new kitchens, boarded up doorways, moved doorways, opened everything up, did everything again to that house to make it how you want it to be. So you were basically the GC on that deal for your second deal. And that gets added to the experience that I think we needed to feel, to know that when we were moving forward with the renovations and the flips and the wholesales and everything that we're doing, that we actually had the experience to do that also.
Yeah, it really helped timing for me. Like I knew what I wanted, I knew how I wanted it done. I didn't know the steps in doing it
Right.
up until that point. But getting that under my belt, and obviously you were intricate in that because you had all the connections and knew the time, the steps in doing it, and a proper timeline really gave the confidence to go into this.
Yep.
Really. It was very hands-on. If you liked what you saw and heard, please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time.